back. Avry Sports Show webcast. Livestream.com/Avry Sports. Want to call into the program? Number to call 780-628-1771. Extension code 260. Broadcasting live from NAIT once again. This is the first time in a long time that we've had two shows, the morning and night show, done at NAIT. We did it in second semester. It happened once before. But stuff happens, there may be more times we end up doing one show in the morning here and evening show winds up not at Avry Studios but here in NAIT. Stuff happens, so it may happen a few more times. Anyway, I want to talk about Mr. Yunel Escobar from the Toronto Blue Jays writing a homophobic slur on his eye black a game ago against Boston. And pardon me for this, listener's discretion is advised. He said that he wrote to his eye black to air Maricon, and if you know that translates to F-A-G-G-O-T in English. And basically, here's the thing now. I understand that, yes, slurs like that are still used in sports, among players, and still used in public. Do I agree with that? No. I don't agree with people using those kind of slurs. But I understand that in the private time, I do understand that players do say it amongst themselves. And I'm not trying to be rude with it. But in that public setting, though, where everybody can see you with eye black, you gotta be smart in that. You gotta be smart in that. You cannot put that on your eye black where everybody can see it, where umpires can see it, where kids can see it, where people who are gay see, because that, like anybody else, like that, it is offensive to people. It offends people if you do it publicly like that. It wasn't a smart move, man. I see you suspended for 3 games. I don't have a problem with that, because in a public setting like that, you have to use your head. So I have no problem with him being suspended for 3 games. I see no wrong in that, because there's certain things that have to stop, and that's one of them. It wasn't a smart move at all. I don't care what you were trying to say, or if you're trying to motivate yourself. It was not a smart move, Not very bright at all. I admit, you know what though? The man did apologize, but still, you gotta be smart in that. Of course, there's been numerous incidents in sports of people saying, of people using gay slurs. Of course, the legendary John Rocker, the closer for the Atlanta Braves, went on a very racist, sexist, and homophobic rant back in 2000s when he was with the Braves, where he insulted black people, immigrants, gay people, and transgender people. His rant was just if you know the rant, go on Google, and he said this to Sports Illustrated, and these were John Rocker's reasons as to why he didn't want to play in New York City. John Rocker got suspended for 14 games for that, because it was so over the top and so offensive. They were boneheaded comments what John Rocker said back in the day about gay people and black people. I remember when John Rocker came with the Braves back to New York. Usually for a MLB game, there's about 30 to 40 police officers that make sure the teams are safe. They needed 40 officers just to make sure John Rocker made it to the mound alive and left New York in one piece. No lie. They had to build a barrier over the Atlanta Braves bullpen so people wouldn't throw crap into the bullpen and try and shoot John Rocker. No, I'm not joking. They actually had... Definitely were afraid someone might try and kill John Rocker in Shea Stadium. I'm not joking with that. And it's on YouTube, I still think. When John Rocker came out of the bullpen, here's the thing. He runs out of the bullpen, and John Rocker was known back in the day for, he would go full sprint out of the bullpen. These people throwing food and batteries, people almost hit him. He ran out to the field with a barrage of stuff being chucked at his head. Wow, John Rocker, he managed to piss off one of the biggest cities in the whole world. Good job. It was a gong show. And you know what was interesting is John Rocker, he got the save, and the Braves won that game. And you see, he couldn't leave with the Braves. He had to leave in his own private limo like he was a U.S. president, and to make sure that no one would try and run him off the road. It was a nuts situation for that game and that series. It was insane. John Rocker was not safe in New York, and he wasn't safe for many years after. I think things have cooled down though. But there's still people who consider John Rocker to be a big-time joker. Many people in baseball still consider him to be one of the all-time douchebags in sports. Anyway, folks, want to call in, number to call, 780-628-1771, extension code 260. Light up the floor. Vic Michael's in the chat room right now. What's up, Vic? Peyton Manning, your Denver Broncos played the Falcons last night, Monday Night Football, and they lost 27-21. Yeah, Peyton Manning threw 3 interceptions in the first quarter. Came close to tying the league record, which was set by Tom Brady, of all people, who threw 4 in one quarter. I mean, that was interesting. Peyton Manning, that was un-Peyton Manning-like, to throw 3 picks in one quarter as the Falcons got it done. But one thing, though, the referees, they're replacing referees now. Things have gone from, meh to bad to this is not good. The referees are really messing things up. They couldn't spot the ball right. It was a complete gong show. Atlanta was getting so many calls. I mean, replacing referees, things are not looking good for them right now. Things are not looking good. Vic, start the Brian Greasy chants. Oh man, poor Brian Greasy. He was supposed to be the savior of the Broncos after Elway retired. Look at that turned out. Although Brian Greasy, he's a good analyst though. He's a good college football analyst though on ESPN. The man knows
Sky Active,
oh, damn.
a revolutionary technology that defies convention.
NFL Game Center. Why do you have to be so loud?
Outstanding fuel efficiency and performance.
I'm dead serious. This thing comes in boom, right into your eardrums. It's really annoying. Brian Greasy. But yeah, it wasn't a great day for Peyton though. But hey, it could have been a lot worse because Atlanta was up 27-21. Things could have gotten way worse for your Broncos, Vic. So not that bad. You're 1-1 in the AFC West. Anything can happen in that division, as you know, good sir. The AFC West and the NFC West are the wild west of all the pro sports. You know that. So anything can happen. No need to pound the alarms. Sorry, Nicki Minaj. Because you're going into week 3 right now, it'll be a new week. Let's see what happens now in the next matchup. And hopefully Byron Chamberlain calls in. If not, we'll get him on the show for next week. Avery Sports with the webcast. Livestream.com/Avery Sports. On livestream.com, want to call in 780-628-1771, extension code 260, or email me at fightingpike1@hotmail.com, or hit me up on Twitter at Avery, at AVRY. Fantastic stuff. We'll be back. Jessica Zelenko on the program at 6:30. Booyah, people. Stay tuned.